Good day, I'm Jenalyn.
And I'm Chino, Ledres, and we are the authors on improving auditing system in pre-primary and primary education, an information system integration approach.
And we are from Philippines and Mapúa University, which is one of the top engineering school which has produced a lot of excellent engineers. With almost a century of trailblazing achievements, Mapúa has continued to create engineers from cutting-edge heritage to cutting-edge future.
To briefly introduce to you our research, I will discuss to you what is pre-primary and primary education in Philippines. Pre-primary education includes the kindergarten and the primary education includes the grade 1 to grade 6.
Database is furtherly used by various fields of operations including hospital, bank, retail business, school, and even here in IEOM conference, as it gives productivity, efficiency, and accuracy. As it definitely gives more advantage to use this database, traditional method of record is fading nowadays as it causes errors and require a lot of time. And using this database, it is where automated processes are adopted. And in our study, we will focus on automated auditing process where financial data of school like expenses, tuition fee from students, and such. And this automated auditing process works with electronic data processing.
Most of the medium-sized schools in the Philippines, especially located in province, are still having a manual auditing system due to lack of budget on financial activity. So in our study, we have two objectives. First is to assess the current auditing process of the pre-primary and primary school, which is specifically located in Antipolo, Rizal, Philippines. And the second objective is to construct an improved auditing process through the use of information system.
And during the observation on the school site, we have observed four major issues regarding current auditing process of the school. We gathered sample expenses for the month of June, July, and August, and we found out that there are four major issues, which is recording without receipt, misplaced records, erroneous recording, and unrecording receipts.
So after we conducted the auditing process, we came up with this summary of the issues. So first, recording without receipt, which only occurred twice, which is July and August. Second, which is misplaced records, which occurs once, and then erroneous recording, which occurs four times in June and four times in July. And fourth, the last one is the unrecorded receipt, which occurs once. And as we sum up all the total value of the expenses, the total discrepancy is 76,894.22. And we came up with this problem statement that for the months of June, July, and August of 2019, the school experienced an accumulated discrepancy of 76,894.22 for the actual and recorded audit of expenses.
For the methodology, we used YY diagram to know the root causes of the problem. For the first root cause, which is the poor reporting policy and procedure, happened when the auditor had poor training from the previous auditor, or there was an audit inaccuracy as there were no receipt transactions and the records were misplaced by the cashier or the auditor.
So for their second root cause, since the school is doing their auditing process manually, then audit inaccuracy is inevitable. Therefore, the second root cause is manual auditing of all expenses.
And for the decision analysis to solve the problem of the current auditing process of the school, we conducted analytic hierarchy process. And for the first root cause, which is the improving poor law recording policy and procedure, we have three categories. First is the cost, which has the 50% of importance. Second is time frame of implementation, which has 30% of importance. And last is of implementation, which has 20% of importance. And for the first root cause, we came up with two alternatives, which is first the training of cashier and auditor with improved recording procedure, which had caused the cost of 76,484 pesos, and it will take 5 hours to 1 day to be implemented, and ease of implementation was rated as 1 uh, according to the scale for ease of implementation. And second alternative is hiring and training of additional cashier, which cost of 88,688 pesos and time frame of 1 week to 1 month, and three for the ease of implementation. And therefore, we come up with the best alternative, which is the retraining of cashier with auditor with improved recording procedure.
So for the second root cause, we also conducted the analytic hierarchy process for the automating the process for auditing of all expenses, which has four factors, which is cost, longevity, time frame of implementation, and ease of implementation. So for the second root cause, we also developed a two alternatives. First, purchasing SAP Business One accounting system, which is an existing software for an accounting system. For cost, it will cost 495,624 pesos, which is 50% of the factors. Longevity, which is lifetime with maintenance fee, and for the time frame of implementation, which is 7 days, and it is rated 1 for the ease of implementation. For the second alternative, which is an in-house accounting software development, which the school will hire someone who could develop a software development for their accounting system. So it will cost 299,250 pesos for each. For its longevity, it is lifetime with maintenance fee, and for its time frame of implementation, it is 2 months, and it's also rated as 1 for its ease of implementation. So, so the alternative that we choose is in-house accounting software and development. So as we conducted interviews and by our observation, we came up with this current auditing process flowchart. In this current auditing procedure process flowchart, we were able to find the bottleneck procedure. And in this part of this flowchart is where the bottleneck procedure happens, which caused the main problem of the current auditing procedure. The process where receiving of request form or bill, and second is the recording of vouchers and other expenses.
And with those bottleneck procedures we had, which caused the main problem for this current auditing process, we designed an improved auditing process by having a design of improve auto process flow chart. So in this flow chart, we improve the procedures of immediate report of vouchers, other expenses by using software, and submission of spreadsheet to the auditor immediately after the records of vouchers and other expenses are submitted. And beside the process flow chart, we also designed the data flow diagram of automated auditing system to show how database will be handled through the system. So we have 5 entities, which are the teacher, cashier, suppliers, auditor, and directress, and 5 data store, which are the request forms, cash vouchers, expenses, bills, and monthly financial data, and 10 processes, which will be the main process of the automated auditing system, which will solve the current problems of the system.
So, from the data flow diagram that we constructed, we also designed three user interfaces. So first, it is the request form, which will then be used by the faculty or someone who will be submitting or requesting for a budget, and which then will be submitted to the directress. Then he or she will approve it. So instead of using a paper request form, which will someday be misplaced or worked out. This is the user interface for the cash voucher form. This cash voucher form will be used by the cashier after he or she received the bills from suppliers and the receipt from the faculty. The data from this cash voucher form will be immediately sent to the auditor. Lastly, this is the user interface for the financial statements form. Auditor will be able to access this form and create the financial statement of all the expenses the school had, which will be submitted to the directors.
As for the conclusion for this paper, we have found two best alternatives for each root cause. For the first, which is the solving the poor reporting procedure, it is to retrain the current cashier and auditor with the improved reporting procedure. And for the second root cause, which is the manual auditing, we will develop an in-house accounting system for the school. Solutions for the problem of this current auditing system of the school are the eliminating the delay in the submission of reports to the auditor, automating auditing system that can handle the reporting of expenses and other transactions of the school.
And lastly, we would like to express our deepest gratitude to IEOM for giving us the opportunity to present our paper. Thank you.
Thank you.